Hello. So welcome to this today's session. So today we'll continue the first step, the first step, first step framework, building the REST APIs in the Todo application. In the last live streaming, we have seen how we can connect the database and all using SQLite and all, and also we have seen the walkthrough of the creating a session using the session maker. No, creating an engine using the session makers, and also how you can use the DB connection in each and every request. So we'll now connecting building the REST API in the Todo application. So it's like we are extending that application now. So like this is very pretty much useful for as a fresher or any experienced guy as a guy also like get a hands on the framework. Okay. So getting an hands on to the application will solve most of our doubts, and also we'll get clarity on each of the observations and all. Okay. Yes. Now in the last this thing we have seen the response model, how you can use the response model and everything. So one thing first I will focus on is what are all the packages we are using. We are using first API. In that you are using first API, depend, status, and HTTP exception. So for all those these purpose, I hope you guys are fine with it. And the purpose of using sqlachemy, where you are importing engine columns and the data type and this select also. Then comes pedantic, you are importing the base model and EML string, and also comes ORM concepts like where declarative based session maker and session. All these things we have tried to use one by one. Okay, and try to connect each and everything. So now let us. We have seen two REST APIs. Actually, now so we have seen a get and a post, create insertion, and getting the user. So you have to now let us see how we can update. Okay, putter patch and deletion like so. Put patch and this put or patch comes same and delete. These two restrictions are pending now to be discussed. Okay, so let's start one by one. So app dot put uh, users slash users. So and the response model I will keep user response. Okay, now update the user. Okay, so uh, update the user means first what you can accept, you can expect an user ID integer, and you have to make sure there is a DB connection every time. Okay, get DB. Okay, now so first you have to get the user using this DB dot query of user dot filter user dot id equal to user underscore id dot first. Okay, so here you got the user, I think. Okay, now let us see how you can build the put or patch API step by step. I also try to use ChatGPT. So put or patch API development. API building in the fastapi framework, step by step. So guys, we are still in the learning initial phase, and still we are one thing I have to reiterate, like we are still placing everything in one thing. Still right, this structure we are not done it. These things we are using anywhere. This is the table which we are using now. Create. Okay, okay. Put requires an update. Okay, and notice every field is optional, and here none. Okay, okay. Let's spend some time to understand the difference between put and patch. Put and patch request. See, this can might be asked for the interview based question also. Uh, Interview based question also. Please understand. So put means what it will do in the database. In the database, user like you have name, address, like email field, mobile number. Assume and name is Ravi. Address Ballari, and email okay ravi at the rate gmail.com. Okay, let us keep and 1 2 3 4 5. See, suppose say you are performing now. The now first thing is put. Okay, put. So these are all the details. So now using put request, I have updated address to Bangalore now. Bangalore. Put will what it will do? It will re-update all the fields. It will, if the fields are not updated also. You see, one thing is what is the field I got updated now? Address. So only address got updated from this to this. Now it will try to update all the fields. So the new things will becomes Ravi Bangalore and ravi.com, ravi at the rate gmail.com, and 1 2 3 4 5 means all the fields are got updated now. So see, suppose see, this is a very bad practice, right? Now, oh, hello sir, I want to start web development. I don't know where. Can you help me? Okay. So yeah, we are also doing this web application development only. So you can go through my Python classes and Python, and start with the Whoops concept, and get a hands-on on the Whoops, and then start a framework. Working on any framework, web framework like FastAPI, we are doing it since it's very easy to learn and demanding. Then you can focus on the web front end development. Like you have to learn a language and try to focus on the front end development. Okay. Oh, okay. See, now let us back to our thing. So all the fields will get updated. Okay. When you do the patch request, right? Patch request, only only those fields will be updated who has changed values. Okay. So all the fields will not get updated. Only those fields will get updated who have the latest values. Okay, this it's very important to understand this request, because so put means will update all the fields in the table, and here in the table also only those fields will be getting updated. So here now the work on the table becomes less. Work on the table becomes very less. Becomes very less. So it's better to build a patch API. Okay, got it, guys? Getting it? What is the difference between put and patch? Okay, type okay if you are getting it, and to okay, maybe she has left. Mm, so yes, okay. Now is that Kichitu means if she is joined, I can only say like start with any programming language and try to learn complete OOPS concepts and solve some programs, get a hands on the data types and all, then and the OOPS concepts, then choose a framework and try to explore it. So let us now uh, see, notice every field is optional. See here, why in this thing only you have to understand. See, put requires every field. Okay, whereas patch, because you can send, yeah, only those fields whose value has to be changed. That's why put requires all the fields, whereas patch is okay. Okay. Now define. Let us create a put request now. So when it comes to put, yeah, one thing here user ID will be also there. Okay, and I am closing here the braces. So here, so user ID, everything. Okay, now let us build here the user create, right. Yeah, so here also I will try to create a class called user update. I want to get this thing like why we are not passing the parameters instead of creating a class. Anyone can understand, can please answer like why you are creating a class here for each thing and what is the main purpose for it. Uh, uh, please answer this question. Why creation of a class is important instead of sending the parameters manually, so that I can get you. Did you guys understood the previous concept which we have spent some time, right? So I will get an uh, like how much did you guys understood, so that okay, user create here you are doing a user update. Okay, in the user part you will send instead of this. Okay. Mm, user create will be there, but user create. Okay. 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 Where is the user ID? Also is there. And there. Uh, here comes the user. So user update. Okay. Comma braces. Okay. Now. Um, okay. Here comes the. Okay. They have done. We have already done this. Okay. Let us create. Okay. So let us under if not db user means this guy means this user is not found. If the user is not found, okay, if not user means the user is not found. If the user is not found, what I will do, I will raise an HTTP exception. Okay, HTTP exception where the status code is 404. 404 is like the record not found error, and I will try to assign the detail like um, user not found. Okay, it's not user. If the user is found, then okay, user dot name equal to, okay, oh, 1 second. Okay. Let us, from where this user is coming. Oh, okay. Then these two uh, will be this user ID and this user ID, and let us see instead of this user naming convention. That's why it should. Okay, now it's not found DB user. Okay, now DB underscore name equal to user dot name, and DB underscore dot email equal to user dot email. Okay, since we have only two fields, right? So let us try to do it. You have updated it. What you are doing, you have to commit it, db dot commit, and perform db dot refresh, db, okay, db underscore user. Okay, slowly. So now you have written a putter and this thing, because ID you need which this thing has to be done. You are doing a put request and response model. You don't want that ID means. Let I will reiterate the steps also, but I didn't get any answer like why you are using the classes. Please tell me like why we are creating a user create user update. Why we are creating those? Please answer. Okay. See, the separate classes why you guys are creating means if you send all the parameters here, those parameters will be sent as query parameters. So while doing anything like particularly while you are doing a post request or an update request, it should not come as a query parameter. So only you are creating a class. While creating a class, those things parameters, single block of code. Yeah, no, main thing is understand uh, like those parameters will be secure and will be displayed as query parameters. That's why you will use this create class. Okay, and response you will create those class what are the parameters to be added also. Let us see now. Let us run the application. Okay, UVCon uh, main app slash reload. Mm, okay, 127. I will open the docs. Okay, now see, it's a put request. I will open it. Okay, see this user ID is required. Okay, I will pass. So first we will do the get all request, right? So that we will get to know all the records. What are all the records are there already? See, we have now Joshi, JP Joshi. Okay, so same email. Okay, same name is there. Okay, I will try to change the JP underscore Joshi to JP underscore Joshi to 1. So what is the ID? 2. Okay, let us update it. So this is required. Now JP underscore Joshi underscore 1, and the email. See, purposefully I will not send. Let us execute and see the error. Detail missing. Okay, field is missing, so it is expecting the another field also. So email. So what I will do, I will try to send an email here. Email colon here. Okay. Now let us execute it. So now see, JSON is invalid. Okay, JSON is invalid, yes, because you forgot to add it. Now the thing, it comes with internal server error. Input should be valid dictionary or object fields from the input is none. Mm, why it's showing red? Only Josh will chip better. It's really okay. Let us refresh it. Okay, try it out. Second, Josh. See, that's it. Okay, the internet server error. Uh, okay. Okay, 108, 108 line. Mm, okay, let us add it here. What is the issue? Let us try to understand. Okay. Like parameters create a single block of code. Means okay. Uh, like oh, so I suggest you to look into query parameters once. How the thing where and how using base model and using those class, right, how the parameters are sent for a creation that we have to relook once again. Okay, let us see what might be the error here. Interesting. Was so okay, import, okay, here it is here. Why session? Oh, okay. Oh, but we have used section local only. That doesn't. Did we return anything? Yeah, we are returning the DB user. So one thing I need to highlight, like using ChatGPT means learning makes faster. So in the IT level also, instead of spending hours, so try to get the syntax things. Syntax things, if you get the uh, everything perfect, right? You can focus more into the design and those things. Okay, you have user and you have why session local. Okay, so put, so okay, better to check. Okay, okay, okay. So it has done a patch and delete. Okay, 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 okay. Better to check. Okay, existing. Okay, so give me the updated put endpoint code. Okay, so okay, it has then it check the email ID is this thing or not. Okay, then try. Okay, and there is an exempt. Oh, we have missed a lot of chunk of code. Okay, so I will try to copy this and we'll see each and everything one by one. Here also try and think we are not handle it. Okay, okay, let us add it here. Oh, sorry guys, the core system has become too slow. Copy. Okay. You can remove this and the put you are found the thing existing. This is checking the user email ID is already has this email ID or not. So they are using scalar. Okay, check the uniqueness and all. We have to see this library also. Then you will provide an update where you will update the particular row. Hmm. Now see, now the errors has gone also. Now you will try to run this. At least keywords we should be knowing. Later on we can see all the things while doing our own application. Okay, getting expertise into each and means basic things we should be knowing. What I'm saying. Later on, you can expertise with the remaining things. Okay, oh, it should not block us. Like one later on we can use the ChatGPT only for like asking the optimization, those things, instead of spending time with the syntax understanding. Okay, now, so now the thing is, it has been successfully updated, put has been done, and this is the put endpoint what we have built now. Okay, so here user update and depends, and you are getting the DB session, and here you got the DB, and once this, if user is here, like user email ID is it is checking with all the other email ID also. If existing email user is any done there, then you are telling email ID is already exist. Means what this error avoids, I will try to give it a hands up here. Okay, here I will, so get all users, right? So Arjun at the red, okay, accidentally. While updating, what are all the things they will update? Those things will not be there in your hand, right? So if you enter Arjun at the rate this thing and execute, you will get email ID already exists. So that part of code is done here. Why? db.scalar select user. If the email, this should also match. User ID also should match. So you are updating for record 2. Okay. And Arjun email ID is for the user ID 3. Right? So email ID match. That here this thing got true, this thing got false. So where this existing this thing, what it is telling, bad request, and telling this email ID already exists. Okay, so it is matching the email ID and the primary key. Getting, bro? Getting, right? The existing underscore user function, what it is method doing here, this part of code. Then you have replaced it, and everything is working fine now. Now let us try to build. Okay, let us try to build the delete one. So you understood the patch, put now. As of now we have done only put. Patch, patch will do after delete now. You understood the put request? Any doubts in the put? So this, another 2 sessions we will spend on this. Okay, and later on we'll jump into real time, real application. Okay, there we'll try to use Postgres and try to build a exact clone application also. Okay, independently we'll try to build, so that we will understand like what are all the things has to be done. First this application, then we'll structure the application. Structuring of the application also we'll do. Okay, what is the best way to structure the application and all. Then we can do a todo application. Now delete. So it has now updated. Now let us try to build a delete endpoint. Delete endpoint, where what it will do, it will delete the record from the database. Okay, so how you can do a delete, how you can build a delete endpoint, we'll see now. And when is one of these, yes, okay, it also requires the delete endpoint, also requires these things, and status code and finding the user, and you are trying to do these things. Okay, we'll try to manually write it. Okay. See the files, I see only for 4 APIs only. it has become around 300 lines of code. So that's why the structuring of the application matters. Okay, so anything happens to debug the code and all, it's very pretty much tough here. So that's why they say, right, structuring the application is pretty much important, especially working with fast API. HTTP 200 underscore. Okay. Now let us build a method delete underscore user, where the thing is, the expecting is the user ID, and the user will from user underscore delete method, which we will later write it. Okay. Or oh, okay, the schema is not required here, right? So then comes uh, session. Okay, DB session. And get underscore DB. Mm, okay. Now DB underscore user equal to DB dot query of user. Okay. Dot filter user dot ID equal to user underscore ID dot first. Okay. This DB user. So if not DB user, raise an exception. Okay. Raise an HTTP exception. So what it will be the status here, 404 not found. Status code. This you will use status here. So user not found. User not User not found. Okay. First this one, then you are try. Now using try and exam, you will try to delete it. Okay. Using try block db dot delete of db underscore this thing. Now you are db dot commit and db dot. You don't have to refresh because that user is not there. Right? Okay, return. Okay, message I will keep user successfully deleted. Okay, user successfully deleted. Now you can write an exempt block. Exempt. You are creating an exception where db dot rollback. Okay, db dot rollback and raise HTTP exception. So the user, it will be like internal server error only, which will as it will give, but you are trying to handle it HTTP internal server error failed to delete. So detail part, right? Detail thing. So it's our user to use. It's the developer to understand like fail to delete. Okay, this detail if we show means okay, you will understand it. Something has happened where we are not perform the deletion operation correctly. Okay, refresh it. You got the delete one. So I want to ping you guys like give me the ID which user you want to delete. Okay. ping me the ID. I will try to delete those things only. Okay, give me the ID. The deletion also need the ID. Okay, I will. Okay, let me. So the ID from where you will get. If give me the ID means where from where you will give, yeah, this user ID, these things. So these are all the IDs. So we have all five users. Which ID you want me to delete? I will try to pass it those things only. Fast. Okay. Okay. Here we have to pass the user ID. See, nobody is commenting. Okay. Let us see. Delete. I will try to add the user 5. Now execute. The user got deleted. So how to reconfirm here? See. So see, Ravi user ID got deleted. Okay, understood. Okay, you want to delete one. Okay, let us delete one. Good, superb. Now one, execute. See, now when you go here, see it is the primary key. It is starting from 2, 3, 4. Only three records are there. So congratulations. Now you have built each and everything. CRUD operation is done here. Correct? Done. So D stands for delete. You put update, CRUD, create, post, read. The read means all the get requests. So basic CRUD operations we can also delete from mail also. Oh, based on the parameter. Uh, okay, those things also we can do it. We will see those the things later, like how we can delete by mail. But generally, while the first step will be deleting by ID. Yeah, you can delete the record by any of the attribute. That's not the case. Okay. Uh, so now you have performed the basic CRUD operations, everything and all. Hmm. In while working, while doing these things, we got to know the importance of sqlachemy, pad and take, and ORM, declarative based session maker session, and from sqlachemy create engine column, these things select and all. Okay, so slowly the amount of dependencies and what are all the dependencies we have to use, we are getting a hands on now slowly. Now the next part is to structure the how we can structure each part. Okay, you now understood all the things. Okay, now dependency injection, how to connect the DB and all. Now what is the best way to structure an application? Those things we will see in detail in the next class. And we will also do an good application where post and comments, where how to use relationships now. uh, Post as many comments. Look, so how we what are all the fields required, how to build those relationship, how to add the relationship in the fastapi page. Those things comes into picture. One thing now remember, we have to create a patch, right? So a patch also is pending. Let us complete that also. Now patch, how the patch thing works. So, so give me the sample code of patch. So see now why the IT sector is been now too competitive means because the chat GPT giving us the code. Okay, code it is giving for the CRUD operations. Initially used to like you used to know a lot of things. Now also you have to know a lot of things because why you are now how to write it previously and why this particular code is now there. Why think we have to get better now because code is there. Anyone now, any AI agents will give the code. Is the code is valid or not? Everything we need to do it. And every project will have a structure. So that structure the AI will not understand. We have to build accordingly, and you have to use AI to build it faster. That's it. Okay, now let us create a now. See, for a put request, You need this class, right? Why you are using this class? Those things we will be knowing very pretty much better. Like, so now I will have created a user patch. Okay, user patch which is base model. Okay, name. You are keeping this optional because you are not strictly checking the all the parameters here, because you, only you are considering only those parameters which is already there. Okay, none. Optional str equal to none. Okay, this is the um, user patch what you have exactly build it now. Now comes the patch request. Okay, now deleted now. Uh, where will define the endpoint here, users and user underscore ID. Okay, and the response model also you will keep it to the user response. Okay, now pass underscore user here, user underscore ID colon in, and now the user you are taking from user patch. Okay, and you need a db colon this one local define get underscore db. Okay, these things now we know this. See, since you are doing daily hands-on, right? Now the things you will get familiar with this code base. So db.query user dot filter where user dot id equal to user underscore id dot first. I think so. Yes, correct. So if not db user raise and http exception. Okay. Then the status code will be status dot http 404 and detail user not found. Okay, user not found. Okay, then if it is there, now update underscore user equal to get the only fields provided in the request. So what it will do, model underscore dump exclude under unset equal to true. Okay, see these things and check the uniqueness. It is doing the uniqueness and dynamically update only the fields provided. Oh, the patch is bit more thing. Okay, so it is excluding. Get only the fields. So the user dot model underscore, okay, and exclude unset becomes true. So what get the fields provided in the request, and if the things contains if email, if the email parameter in the updated data, okay, instead of this thing, if the email is there, updated. Then they are using db.scalar. See, I think this is used to check the uniqueness, okay, of any fields, okay. So existing user equal to, so we should be knowing why scalar is used, why select is used, so that if in the interview also we can answer in detail, like where, so user dot email equals get underscore data of email. Not where underscore height. This part you have understood, I think. So now this dynamically update only provided fields. So it is an hash map here. Okay, it's a dictionary and set attribute. Okay, set attr db user key value where it is providing, it is doing an update here. So, okay. Now go here. See, okay, optional spelling mistake. Uh, here I think it is there in patch, user patch, uh, optional. We have missed. Okay. Now see, it's trying to reload. Okay. I think we need to define the option also, right? I think so. No, they are not defined here. Yes, see here. Okay, from typing import. Okay. Now from typing import optional. Okay. Now everything goes good. So this is also thing, like if you copy paste and what are all the things, how the errors has to be debugged also, that is also becomes a huge headache. So these things if you do purposefully, or if you do getting the things like how to solve this particular error, that is it. So we have done a get, we'll do a get now and try to update. Okay, so Joshi, Arjun, and okay, we'll try to update second record. Try it out. So I will not send the email ID. Okay, I will send enter Joshi for the second. Error. JSON is invalid. Okay, JSON is invalid. Correct, because comma is not required when you send one. Oh, here comes the internal server error. Existing where it is not associated with the all value. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So what happens? Let you. Okay, let us try to send this email ID and see whether will that work. Okay, and anyone understood why that issue was there? Uh, why this issue is coming only for name? So that I can assure that you guys are following me. Okay, why you can see only the name issue? Nobody. Okay, so the one issue is because the existing this part of code, see existing this thing, right? It comes only when with the email ID. That's why it is telling. See, so this thing, we have to move inside it, and let us see any issue here. Oh, there is no issue here. Okay, now let us try to send only the name. Superb. You have done this. Okay. Let us execute Joshi underscore one to reconfirm whether it is getting updated or not. Okay, Joshi one. Here also you will get the Joshi one. Yes, superb. See, this part of code was not inside this block. That's why it was the error. So, like now we have seen all the REST APIs now completed. So in the next session, we'll try to try to move particular block of code in pieces where that you can understand how the optimization can be done and how it can be done easily and everything. So and in the following sessions, we'll try to create a new application and follow the structure. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for following me. Have a nice day.